Solutions Review presents the Insight Jam Expert Keynote.
Hello there, I am Mike Lubelfeld, Superintendent of Schools, North Shore School District 112, and I'm also excited to share that I'm a Google GSV Fellow and a Generation AI ISTE ASCD Fellow. So today we're going to talk about AI consumers to co-designers, talking about our school district and some action research going on. So you can see right here that I am working on a student choice, student voice project that I'm going to go into some detail with, can be replicated, and it's been to infuse artificial intelligence with, and I'm using air quotes, with ethics and responsibility and with fluency and with open-mindedness to discussion. So I'll handle all the risks and all of the benefits. I'm going to actually read this quote because this is the question, the overarching question that's tied to the transformational learning opportunity that I've been studying for the past several months here with actual students in the district. How can we, as educators, as humans, as people, systematically center student voice in the AI, artificial intelligence, generative, agentic integration to ensure that the Gen AI tools serve student-defined learning goals while developing critical AI literacy across diverse learner populations? So that's a lot. That's a big one. I've been in education for about 35 years, 33 full-time, been a superintendent for 16 years, was a social studies teacher at the middle school level when this all started. Student voice, choice, agency, and relevancy are near and dear to my heart, and it's something that we've been focusing on as a school district for the 8 years that I've been superintendent here in District 112. Take a look at this. So I'm guessing that your brain translated what I'm sharing with you into a phrase. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change, by Stephen Hawking. So our brains are using biological, physiological, and neurological networks to take the 1N73 LL1G3NC3 and to somehow process that in such a way that our brain cognitively says that represents a pattern or a code that means the word intelligence. And 1.5 means is, and 7H3 means the. So cognitively, we know that these are tokens or patterns or unlike symbols, but affectively, emotionally, neurologically, intellectually, our brain makes sense of that which is around us. Now, what I want to share with you is generative artificial intelligence studies large language models and uses mathematics to actually predict what language suggested should come next. Meaning, if a large language model has the tokens or numbers that reflect the phrase, the sky is, based upon the data that they've studied and ingested, it's 96% or 98% likely that the next word is going to be blue. The sky is blue. So when you look at this phrase here, I'm sharing with you something that's interesting, I think, and I hope you do too. Our brain adapts just like the large language models adapt. So I share that with you, and we'll talk a little bit more about this. All right. What you've got here is possibly cognitive overload, and I understand that. I used Gemini's slides and Google Slides to beautify a slide that was plain. So you've got a lot here. I'm going to break it down for you. In the 1450s, Gutenberg, Johannes, not Steve, Gutenberg's revolution was the printing press. And you've seen a lot of writers over the last 12 months share with you that Gen AI is our Gutenberg moment, or the digital transformation that you see on the right side of the screen is our Gutenberg moment. Gutenberg, briefly, is credited with allowing society to take the printed word, books, pamphlets, the printing press to disseminate knowledge. Prior to the printing press, knowledge was reserved for some elites or governance or higher echelon. And with the printing press, knowledge was able to be disseminated and transformed through society to anybody that could, in fact, read. And it allowed a lot of people to gain some literacy. The analogy is that today we're also at an inflection point in history with the digital transformation or the proliferation of generative artificial intelligence in our hands, in our pockets, on our computers, however you're getting this information. I believe, many also support this belief, that this moment in history calls for bold, visionary leadership to guide education through the transformation. And I do believe, just as the printing press revolutionized knowledge dissemination and transformed society, I do believe that technological tools provide the opportunity for us to reshape how we teach, learn, and prepare students for their futures. All right, now you're going to see a couple of slides of information that were created with Google's Notebook LM using Gemini 3 and an infographic tool that created these images. It created the color scheme. It created the words that actually are pretty much spelled correctly in English. And it created the graphics that reflected the content that I uploaded as a user of large language models in this technology. In our school district, I shared the research question with you. For the past several months, I've had the brilliant good fortune, the honor of working with fourth graders and eighth graders. Fourth graders in a walled garden approach using Magic School AI with teacher and superintendent-led apps that we allowed the children to use. And in the eighth grade, we have been creating this consumer model of generative AI where the children, the young people, the young adults, our students would say, yeah, I'm using name the large language model, name the GPT. And we turn them from consumers to co-designers by teaching them some lessons on literacy fluency, by helping them understand some of the pitfalls and concerns, and by helping them actually create chat boxes that I'll tell you about in a second. All throughout, we've made sure we focused on fairness and safety, transparency, accountability, and ethics. And it's really neat how we literally have and are transforming our AI policy with students as equal partners in this process. So what I talked through you and what we've been really marinating over is, what if students didn't just use AI, but what if students helped to shape how it enters their schools? So on the left, you see an image of passive consumers and they look sad and disengaged. And on the right, you see happy, active co-designers. And quite honestly, this is where we are. My research, my work, my leadership has demonstrated that student agency had been missing from some of our technology decisions. We would either give them the device and say, use it, or give them the material and say, figure it out, or society would infuse something like AI on their phones or on their parents' phones. And we've said we can do differently, we can do better, we can do more. And I think our community demands it. And we've helped our eighth graders, and I'll share with you how, and I'll articulate that. We've moved them from consumers to co-designers. Often, schools implement policies, including AI, without the voices most affected by them. Sometimes without even putting teachers at the table. We do that too, thank goodness. Students experience AI often without input, and governance. Board-level decisions often happen in closed-door meetings or in adults-only meetings. And what that does over time in the organization that doesn't identify student agency or has a gap there, we have lack of trust and missed opportunities. So the school year for us starts July 1st. For the students, it started mid-August. So for the past roughly 6 months, we've been designing how to get eighth graders involved as primary designers. We have partnered with PlayLab AI, which is an age 13 plus creation outfit. It's educational. It's a nonprofit. They agree to, conform with, and sign all of the state of Illinois data privacy agreements. During this 6-month intensive project, we're in it. We're almost done. we've been focusing on building AI solutions for real community problems. I've got a number of students who are participating in the Illinois Learning Technology Center AI Statewide Challenge, and several are also going to jump in and join the Presidential Challenge at the federal level for AI tools designed to help solve a problem. I am so excited to share with you, and I'm so grateful to you for being part of this series and part of these sessions. Two of the apps, and the app is a chat box created on PlayLab AI's format after the students have had deliberate, direct instruction on critical thinking, on deconstruction of problem solving, of playing with the app for low stakes, silly, fun stuff and whimsical. We did it for Halloween because it timely worked out, Halloween costumes, to actually starting to say, what are some local, community-wide, regional, statewide, national, or even international problems that you would love the tools of the technology suite of generative artificial intelligence to address? So one of our students has created a multilingual tutoring support app in French, Spanish, and English. And this student has built the guardrails and the background and the tools, and the student has tested it. And we've had our educational support team made up of myself, my partner from PlayLab AI, a partner from Leap Innovations, an instructional coach, a principal, a district executive director, and the teacher. So we've had quite the entourage there. Another student decided the problem that they wanted to address or solve was creating a legal translation app for refugees, for immigrants. And they wanted to make sure that it worked in multiple languages. They wanted to make sure that it didn't make stuff up, but it went to vetted sources. Our students are creators, and they're building sophisticated tools in a few months of exploration, discovery, and explicit direct instruction. Pause for a moment. If you're watching live, please take out your device and scan the QR code. If you're watching after the fact, please do the same thing. I also have experimented with and experienced becoming a creator using this technology to help the greater good. So this is Mike L. I'm Mike Lubelfeld. So it's Mike L's Learn About Generative AI in Education. Now, I've put in 3 optional starters if you're not sure what to do. If you don't want to respond to the starters, just click start when it comes up on your screen. Now what you're going to be able to do is engage with this bot, this chat box, similar to what the children have created in their creation exploration. And I have populated this with references that can give you authoritative, informed, evidence-based, grounded in professional associations, grounded in our own district's guidelines that are now being redeveloped into policies and procedures on what it is. Now, if you're not sure what to do, look at question 2 or prompt 2. What concerns or hesitations do you have about AI? Say them directly. Nothing is off limits. And we've surveyed our community. We've surveyed our teachers. Some of the concerns include the following. Hallucinations. What do you do if AI makes stuff up? Environmental impact. How do you reconcile the fact that data centers use a disproportionate amount of electricity, and now you're encouraging people to use this? And so on and so forth. The third starter is, where do you see the biggest opportunity for student voice and empowerment? Let's ground AI there. Why should we involve students? It'll give you some answers. How can you use the Ask Them framework, which is in one of the books that I've written about student voice? So you get the idea. I want to share with you exactly the type of thing that our students are doing. Now, I want to ground this for you, for our community, on the fact that in our school district, we have students who have joined parents and teachers, board members, myself, and other administrators on the North Shore School District 112 Educational Technology and AI Use Committee. And our nuanced guidelines are emphasizing student voice in the policy development. Today, literally, as the day I'm recording this, I met with our students and we did a survey, and some of the students said, we're grateful for the time to engage in this project. Please make sure, though, that we never have AI replace our teachers. We still want our teachers to teach us. We want to use AI to amplify what we're learning. This is the voice of students. I believe, and our board believes, that when students help shape AI policy, they develop critical thinking about technology use while ensuring the tools truly serve their learning needs. And as you can see on the left, I'm sharing with you, and I've got this from Teach AI, from AI EDU, from COSIN, from UNESCO, from PlayLab, from Google, from everybody who's doing this all over the country. Conmigo, I've got 5 pillars of responsible AI integration: equity, privacy, academic integrity, transparency, and human-centered. So as we use and as we recommend the usage, as we go from consumer to creator, and as we demonstrate through PlayLab AI, through Gemini, through Magic School, through School AI, through everything that we're using, we always prioritize the teacher-student relationship. We always prioritize the human in the loop. I'm a proud founding member of the human intelligence movement as well, so I practice what I preach. We believe in transparency, clearly communicating how AI is being used and why it's being used. It's a massive community-wide push. I currently have over 200 community members who are giving survey input, 150 staff members. So we're really getting people's voices out there, looking for the common ground. Academic integrity has been, and always will, preeminent in our decision-making. We want to redefine plagiarism and fostering critical AI use so we can help parents talk to their kids, help teachers talk to kids, and help kids understand. We don't want you to use a chat bot to have it do your work. That's not integrity. That's not responsible use. We want to use it with you as a thought partner, possibly as a one-on-one tutor, possibly as a research assistant to help you throughout the learning experience, and we can talk it through. We believe in privacy. In Illinois and in the US, we are committed to the Student Online Privacy Protection Act, SAPA, the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA, and so many more. And we genuinely believe in equity, ensuring fair access and unbiased algorithms for students. We want to make sure that we teach that as we go forward. So, friends, part of our work, and thank you for listening and thank you for being part of this, part of our work has really been to help the children, the young people, our researchers, demonstrate competence and ethics while also sharing that with our teachers. We believe in developing technical competence, having ethical reasoning, community awareness, and policy thinking. We are proud to share with you that students do have equal seats on all of our work and all of our leadership. Several months ago, we adopted our strategic change agenda, the new strategic plan, the new guidance doc, mission, vision, values, goals, objectives, and we had multiple students involved in the discovery process, involved in the focus groups, and they've had a real voice in sharing. Students are now co-authoring official AI policy with binding policy. The children have full voting membership, just like I have, just like the board members, the parents, the teachers. They're writing these rules. They're not just giving advice, and their voice matters as much as everyone else. Ideally, you look at the work I've done with 13 eighth graders, 10 fourth graders, about 15 students competing in the AI challenges, and you say, okay, how can we replicate what Mike in District 112 did from the research project into larger scale models? We encourage you to empower, we encourage you to demonstrate, we encourage you to institutionalize. And pause for a sec. Look right here. This is a little bit of an issue of AI made a little mistake. I kept it in here on purpose to point this out. Some of the English in phase 2 demonstrate didn't come out properly, and I'm doing this to share. I could have edited this. I could have used an editor. I could have used a different image. I chose to leave it here to say, AI is imperfect, just like I am, just like you are. Make sure that we understand there are limits to what it can do. It's never fully complete. Okay, what's equity? Equity is giving people what they need when they need it. So equality, for example, is giving everybody a pair of shoes, whether they need it or not. Equity is stopping and asking, do you need shoes? And if so, are you a rock climber, a basketball player, or a runner? What size do you wear? So that's really what equity is. Trust is making sure we not only ask you for feedback, but we share back with you what you told us. and we do something with that feedback. It reduces fear and misuse. Right now, some people are afraid that AI is going to replace the adult in the loop, and it's not. And culture creates responsible innovation, and you've got this image that really illustrates that for you. So North Shore School District 112 is located here in the north suburbs of Chicago, Illinois. We're proud to educate just under 4,000 wonderful young people ages 3 to 14. And look at this movement so you can see how our experiment can become a blueprint for student agency nationwide. We believe that students' voice, agency, and choice should be in AI governance, it should be in all governance, and we'd like to have a ripple effect, which is why I'm so proud to be sharing with you today. So as we prepare to come to a close, and I share a few more examples with you and illustrations, student agency and AI governance is possible, powerful, and necessary. And some key takeaways from my months-long research project is we've got discoveries of playism and they badges. I leave that there so you see, I don't know if AI got that right. It didn't. Let's have a human in the loop. The discoveries are that students are learning they have agency, and you can combine play with learning, even at the older levels. AI and students are capable of sophisticated design. The framework of our research is replicable. We believe that binding power, actually having students at the table to give input, to think through it, to ideate, argue, debate, and actually be part of something, is beyond tokenism just to put them there to say we have students. We're not checking boxes. We're leading and we're governing. We believe that demonstration opens doors. We want these young people in our schools, in our classrooms, to realize they are leaders. Students are leaders. Teachers are leaders. You don't just need the title superintendent of schools to be treated as a leader. And we want to open doors for leadership and other decision-making opportunities here. We believe students must help steer our future, because guess what? You only have but one chance to go through third grade. Me as a superintendent, I'm blessed. I've been superintendent here in this district for 8 consecutive years, been a superintendent in 3 districts for 16 years. Our teachers, some of them have been here for 35 years. The through line, though, is our students who spend each year here with us, and they've got to help steer their future. The work we're doing isn't for our future, it's for theirs. I'm giving you a call to action. Another reason I'm so excited to be here with you today. I co-authored the book in 2018, Student Voice, From Invisible to Invaluable, with Nick Polyak, current Illinois Superintendent of the Year, and PJ Capozzi, Illinois Superintendent of the Year for a couple of years ago. And together, the three of us really share with you that educators, students, and policymakers can, should, and do work together to make sure that we can talk about how we make decisions that are based on best practices, evidence, and research. We make decisions based on how the student's going to receive it. And we make decisions as policymakers so that the students of today can help us create conditions for the students of tomorrow. And it's really fun and it's valuable. A new book that I've come out with, I know, shameless plug, so I'm sorry, but I'm really proud of it. This book's with me and Nick Polyak. It's called Leading for Tomorrow's Schools Today. And here's a call to action. Transcending technology and AI. All leadership. Challenge the status quo. That doesn't mean change for change's sake. What it means is challenge the status quo. Is what we're doing working and maximizing learning for each child every day? If so, keep it going. If not, let's have open conversations and listen. Let's adapt and be flexible. Let's navigate some obstacles, generate a shared vision. Now you notice that the vision is coming at step 5. Challenge the status quo. If something new needs to be done, make it new. You want to have open conversations, adapt, be flexible, navigate the obstacles, then generate that shared vision, not just my vision as the superintendent, but our vision as a community of learners, parents, staff members, students, board members, and then enjoy the journey, especially in education, especially in public education. We believe that effective and transformative leadership embodies joy and happiness and excitement and fun and really the good. Friends, if you'd like to connect with me, the image on the left is a QR code of my particular business card. It's a dot card reader. I would love for you to stay connected with me. I've got my school district website, got my blog. You can email me. The latest book from Bloomsbury Academic Press, just released October 30th, is Leading for Tomorrow's Schools Today. It's available anywhere books are sold or downloaded. In it, we've got 8 chapters. We have a number of case studies of leadership. We take each case study through the SATIR change process from family therapy and the change leadership process that I just articulated for you from leadership. As you're engaged in the decisions and discussions about generative artificial intelligence in the schools, you do need to challenge the status quo. You've got to have open conversations. You're going to need to adapt and be flexible because this stuff is changing every day. Navigate the obstacles. There are a ton of obstacles. Generate a shared vision for what works in your community, in your setting, in your school. And really, most importantly, enjoy the journey. It is an absolute pleasure to lead. I have another ask of you, another QR code. Because I am a fellow for Generation AI in ASCD and ISTE, they're asking each fellow in all of the variety of organizations that are affiliated to share a QR code or a survey because they want to know what our impact is. So I don't know how many of you are out there, but I'd be grateful to you if you complete this survey based on this set of information, this talk today, this 30-minute keynote, and you identify that the organization is ASCD and ISTE. And again, my name is Mike Lubelfeld, and it is an absolute pleasure to share with you today what's going on. Now, because I'm a promoter of using appropriately, honestly, and with integrity, generative artificial intelligence in education, in society, in the workplace, I want to share with you that AI was used in many ways for this presentation. I used Gemini in Google Slides to beautify some of the slides, including this one, and beautify is in quotes because it's the actual term that they use. I used an AI agentic source called Manus AI. It generated some of the slides based on text input that I shared with it. I was asked with giving a 30-minute keynote on an online set of professional development with respect to the journey of North Shore School District 112 and the research project affiliated with the transformational learning opportunities of Google's GSV Cohort 3, Generation AI, ISTE's transformational learning opportunity. And it came up with a number of those slides you saw in the tan background. Some of the English was not refined or good. I shared it with you as a point. You see the imagery. Some of the QR codes go to machine generation. Our students have gone from consumers to creators. We have students competing in the Illinois AI Challenge. I hope they win. And then they'll compete in the federal AI Challenge, the presidential challenge, and I hope they win. As you go through your journey, follow your path, your motto. Make sure you hear, listen to, and inform your decision-making from the voices of those affected and impacted. The students, the teachers, the building leaders, the district leaders, the administrators, and the board members. I wish you complete success on your journey, and I thank you for allowing me to be here as part of this presentation and part of this series. You've got access to my business card. I'd love to hear from you, and I simply want to thank you for everything you've done. Have an amazing day and session. This will conclude this keynote.
For video highlights, replays, and more, visit insightjam.com.